global now. Okay, so our Prathama Namaskara to our Guruji, Brahmarshi Patriji, on the occasion. Next slide is we are putting up a logo specifically designed for PSS Academy. As I told you yesterday, this indicates the whole lot of spiritual science by mere three topics, that is nobility, ability and capability, derived from energy system and wisdom, and then being conscious of the societal behaviors, okay, society function, okay. So with this, we will proceed to the next topic. Before that, we would like to see the mega pyramid, which is in Bangalore city. It's a milestone in Bangalore city nowadays. Thousands of people are coming in the weekends to have the glimpse of this and enjoy the campus, as well as learn meditation and to brighten up their lives. You are all welcome for that, okay. Then this today's course, today we learn about some misconceptions on this yoga. There are a lot of education we are seeking for various sciences, but we are not aware of this yoga science, yogic science. However, people somehow, they have no inclination towards this. Why? So there is some reason for that. Why people are unable to understand this and develop taste towards this. So we would like to know some aspect on this subject. Okay, why we are some sort of averse to this sort of knowledge. When we think of that, first of all, we will come to know that somehow people are taking it as a religious aspect. That is one topic. Yoga is considered to be on religious subject. Master, that is not correct. Religious aspect is totally a wrong notion, in fact. Why? Because the yoga is dealing with, majority of the yoga exercises deal with observation of breathing in and breathing out. So every human being who has the breathing faculty can also learn this and take the benefits out of that. And this is the science of humanity. There is no question of linkage to the particular group. Religion means, in fact, it means religere. It's a word indicating a unity among the people, or grouping the people together. But somehow, we have various groups. Actually, it should be a single group. That is, all humans are one group. Because we are breathing, we are taking a sort of water, we share the same land, we take same food. All are similar and common to all of us. But still, we are somehow, people have come up with various different groups. So that is a different subject. Let us not go into that. Now, we understand basically the eternal truth is that we are all one. So the law of oneness speaks volumes on this, and so that it cannot go a religious one. Simply because this is coming from some different languages, we cannot attribute to this particular group. My dear masters, we should understand that this is universal science. It is not a religious group at all. Why? Because it is all needed, only that human awareness is needed to understand this. That's it. Okay. So that is number one, we should understand. Number two is, many people think that it is all yoga asanas only. Yoga means only some physical exercises, some body postures only. That's it. That is the end of it, they think. Because lack of sufficient knowledge, the people think like that. But yoga is a very huge science. And yogasanas also are needed. The yogasanas are also part of that. But it's only a part that we should know. And majority, and the yoga is a very huge science. Actually, it is a methodology of life itself. It is the way of life. So that's why, my dear masters, we should know actually in deep what this yogic science is all about. Number three is, some people think because that is all a body process only. That's why the body will be rectified, the body will be strong, and will get health. So many people think that it is only a health solution. That's what people think. That is right. That is fine, wonderful. That is, it brings definitely a good health for all of us. But it is not only with that, not only health. The much more we are able to get it. What is that? Let us see it now. Okay. Now, fourth one is people think that this sort of science does not give us anything. It is only a sort of thing which is something additional to the life. And only lazy people only can afford to that. When we are all very active and we are all very capable people, we cannot afford to go into that sort of yogic exercises and all that, which is only for health. Now, I am already having health, so why should I go about it? That's the how the thinking, the language, it will be there like that. So, my dear masters, it is not for lazy people. It is not for the people who have money and all that, who have health and all those things. It is for every one of us. Why? It is necessary more for busy people, in fact, not lazy people. It is much more quite important factors for the people who are hectically engaged, who are very, very busy, who are highly stressed. All those people need this sort of uh, knowledge, this sort of exercises, this sort of science is very important for them. Then, my dear masters, people think that it is only for senior persons who have retired and all those things, who have completed their responsibilities, who have done everything in their life. We have earned sufficient money, and everything we have, then why should we unnecessarily go for some other science and some other things, and why? It's not necessary. And if at all necessary, we think at the end of the for at the end of the life, they will postpone this for next like that. But in fact, the things are different. Actually, yoga is necessary only when once you have an active life. Only for those people who are in the beginning of life, they need to know this much, very much, because they should reap the benefits of this. It is not that simply learning. After learning, we should implement and get the benefits that's desired for, so that we basically we should learn what is important for our life. It is not for knowledge's sake you are not doing it. It is to be implemented and you should enjoy the fruit of that. So it is necessary for the young people, not alone the pensioners or retired people or elderly people or senior people. Okay, fine, it is everybody for all the society, including young and old, males and females. There is no gender parity here. So everybody, whoever has got breath, has to follow and make use of the science. Then some people think that the people who are in trouble, they will go to yoga and all those things. Some people have belief that yoga is something about the God or something about the temple or something about the religious aspects, where they go and for fulfilling their desires and they'll overcoming their own difficulties. If some people are in trouble, they will go to the God. Whereas now we don't have anything, so there is no question of being after that. So with that sort of impression also some people are thinking. So that is also not correct. People are in misery for so many various reasons. Nobody is happy in this world. And today somebody is happy, tomorrow he will be sorrowful. Nobody knows what happens tomorrow. The whole universe is saddled with uncertainties. Our life is a bundle of uncertainties. We don't know what is happening tomorrow. We are lakpatis today, tomorrow paupers we become. So it is not possible to decide certain things, certain course of things. Why? Because Sorry. Okay, so because of this uncertainty, we should always be ready to overcome whatever we encounter in our physical life, day-to-day life. Okay, something happened here. I don't know what it is.
Sir, there is one more window, sir, below Skype window. You just open that one.
Skype window, na? Ha 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 ha. Okay, it has come now. So again I'll open that. Yes, sir. Now we got back. Okay, thank you very much. So now we were thinking that people who are in trouble alone need this sort of signs. No, that is not correct. Nobody knows when misery props up and when we are in trouble, when we will be in trouble. These are all things are there. So that's why we should be ready to face any sort of situation with the abundant knowledge that we fetch in spiritual science. Okay, next, some people are thinking that our people do not have money and they are all saddled with poverty, and for those people, God is necessary to take care of them. They will go to the temple, they will go in search of God, and they will have this sort of yoga sciences and everything. Okay, with that impression also people are there. They are averse to this. That's not correct, my dear masters. The poverty is not the cause for your happy life. Poverty is there, but there should not be poverty in the wisdom. So if we have sufficient wisdom, all poverty will get away. Actually, the people, whether have money or have nots, all are requiring to be happy in fact. So I will tell you what is the right concept of yoga, so that this all sorts of misconceptions will disappear. Okay. It is basically not for only poor people. That's what we would like to say. And then secondly, some people are telling, okay, there's a lot of salvation is there. So Buddha has told, so Rama has told, some Vedavyasa has told, some Vedas are telling, okay, so that there is some God for all the cause of the creation. It's okay. So we can get rid of this sort of worldly, no materialistic, troublesome life, and in the next life we will definitely will avoid the next life. In this life only we should get salvation. We should attain the entire wisdom. So then we will be having, okay, no birth, no rebirth. For that, moksha we require. So people who have completed all the responsibilities, again at the end of the back end of within the by the time we go okay out of this world, by within that period let us learn and practice. That's how they think, and then they postpone the practices. Now they postpone learning the science. So my dear masters, with all these impressions, wrong notions, we have, because we don't have proper information on this science so far. Okay, so the more and more we pick up this and spread this among the people, then perhaps the misconceptions will get away, and then we will. Hello, what happened? Lot of noise, lot of sounds are there. Why so?
Uh,
Why so? Okay, very important topic. Now we have seen. Hello, masters. Are you able to continue to hear? Are you able to?
Yes, sir. Continue, sir. I will just check
Yes,
it.
yes, yes. Kindly check up. Now a very important item. Now, why in such a case phenomena in such a situation, why we are stressing on yogic sciences to learn? What for? What is the basic need of this huge science? And once we have that question, basically how I will bring about certain factors which are very, very clear to us. For every person, we need some basic needs, isn't it, to live on. What are those things? Basically, three are necessary. What is one? Number one is food we need, isn't it, to sustain our life. Food, yuktahara, that is called a minimum needed, limited food. How much food? That much of food only we should take into our body, okay? So, yuktahara is one of the important factors of our life and it is necessary, minimum. Without that, we cannot survive. Okay. Number two, yukta chesta should be there. So you have to work for earning that food. Okay. So work is important for us. It's a compulsory thing. So in fact, our scriptures say, if you are not working, you are as good as dead. Okay. It is true. When you don't work, you can't earn anything, and definitely starvation makes you completely leave the world. Okay. So that is what stressed on food. So, and work. Work is very, very important. Everybody, karma kanda is a must for every one of us. Yukta chesta. But that work should be very, very modesty. It should be within the ethical norms. Okay? You cannot do untoward work. You can't do something which is dangerous, which is hurting others. See, you must be within the arms of, within the realms of ethics. Okay? Dharma palana should be there. All our work should be subjected to dharma. What is dharma? Dharma, I already told, dharma is non-violence. No hurting should be there in whatever we do. Okay? So that is called chesta, that is called kartavya. Okay? That is the word. So every one of us need food and need to work. Okay? Third one is we must have yukta swapna avabodha, it's said. Sri Krishna says to Arjuna how to live in this world. Okay? What is in fact necessary for you to live here? So in that case, he explains to us. In that they have told yuktahara viharasya yukta chestasya karmasu. See, that is important. And yukta swapnava bhodasya, you should also sleep and be aware. You cannot sleep for days together. How to swapna and nidra avastha. So one should sleep for sufficient number of hours, as much as required. Okay, not excess. Excess sleep should not be there. So a man has to sleep to have a good and perfect health. Okay. So the three are very, very important: food, work, and sleep. In fact, we are also doing all these three things. Only thing is something excess and low and high may be there, but majority and all the whole universe is following this three-worded system of life. There is food, work, and then sleep. That's what is going on. Then, with all these things, people who are having everything on these three factors, whether they are happy, that is the question today. You have food enough, you have enough work, and you have enough sleep. Are you going to be happy? Or is a person who is having these three is happy? That is the question before us. We have a lot of money, but lot of problems are there. Lot of fighting is there. Lot of enmity we develop because of money and all that. So a lot of food, the excess food makes you go to hospitals. Anything, everything, we are not happy at all. Even though we do not have. Both are giving unhappiness. Some people do not get sleep at all. Some people they sleep. But even then they are not happy in their daily life. They have something, some obstacles or other, they'll get disturbed. So many things or untoward incidents will happen, all uncertainties are there. A rich man becomes poor, a poor man will become rich. Today you have good sleep, next day itself you will not be having any sleep because of something the mind to worry. So, who is happy? With all these three things, who is happy? So, if you say, or if you think about this, we will all agree that we are never happy. We are happy for half an hour, and for another 1 hour we are unhappy. Because of our ignorance, because of our wantings, our desires. So all these things, if we fetch some 1 lakh rupees, we want to have another lakh of rupees. If you have 1 lakh of rupees, the other fellow who is seeing you will not leave you. Okay. Then you have to worry about retaining that 1 lakh with you. So there is a lot of uncertain problems we are facing day-to-day life. New problems will come, and how we are able to deal with them. So we are unable to deal with them because we do not know what to do. We know only cooking food, we know only earning money, and we know only we will sleep automatically. How much more than that we don't know. So here, the sort of when we say no, then we sort of wisdom is required here. What is that we need? We need peace, in fact. We have all these three, but if we do not have peace in our mind, all the three will be ineffective. Though we have sufficiently sumptuous food, the man will never be able to take even something of that. The mind will not work, so he will be unwilling to take food also. He will be unwilling to do any work. See, everything is there, work is there, food is there, but he will not be in a position to accept it. Why? Because mind is not working. Why? Because peace is not there. So man is worried. Man is having a lot of problems in the mind. Okay. Now with this, see, where we need sorrow-less life. The sorrow-free life is the target of our life. We should have peace in our life. We need small amount of food, small amount of work, small amount of sleep. That is sufficient for us. But along with that, what we need? The wisdom we need. We should be peaceful in our life. We should be in a position to tackle the dilemma in the life. We should be able to attend to the solution, attend to the problems in our life without disturbing our mental balance, without our ability to tackle that. We must be able to tackle the issues with a sort of wisdom. So, my dear masters, what people say, yoga bhavati dukkha, they say. Yoga is for removing the sorrow. Yoga is for removing this sort of sorrow and giving you the peace. There, Yoga Shastra is important. Without Yoga Shastra, all these three are waste. That is what is the Yoga Shastra and scriptures are there to tell us. Ignorance kindles sorrow. Ignorance, suppose you are not having sufficient wisdom how to tackle the issues, that will create problems unsolved. Okay, then wisdom kills ignorance. If you are wise enough, it will give you bright ideas how to tackle the issues. That is called intuition and all that. Where from will you get this wisdom? Yoga ignites wisdom. So this yogic science, it's a huge science. Not only asanas, they are all having a lot of practices. And basically, meditation is there for us, a great weapon given to us, which will ignite the wisdom in us, which will remove the dilemma in us. And right and wrong is perfectly understood when we are wise enough, when we equip ourselves with wisdom. Man becomes wise. A wise man only is happy man. It is not that sufficient to have a lot of money, to have a lot of roti, kapda and makan, Roti, kapda, makan we have. Roti is ahara, kapda is made up of by karma and all those things. And we have a shelter also to sleep and everything. But thing is that we are not peaceful. So prime yogic practice is meditation, and that is important. That is called dhyana in Sanskrit. So this dhyana is composed of with two words. That is One is dhihi. Dhihi means intellect. Dhyana means traveling. The travel with spiritual intellect is composed in the form of yogic practice that is called meditation. So this is from meditation the yoga science starts. The yoga lore will be before you and it will reveal all the aspects of human life to us so that we will be complete person with all sorts of personality, with wisdom and all that to tackle all the issues whatever we face in our daily life. So with this, thank you very much. Let us be in meditation for some time now. So wishing you all the good wishes. I conclude this session. Thank you very much.